Space is vast, so vast that our Milky Way alone holds over 100 billion stars, many with potentially habitable planets. Statistically, the universe should be overflowing with life. And yet, it's silent. No signals, no visitors, nothing. This mystery is known as the Fermi paradox, and one of the most chilling theories that tries to explain it is something called the Great Filter. Today, we're diving deep into what the Great Filter is, where it might be, and most importantly, whether humanity is doomed or actually very special. What is the Great Filter? The term Great Filter was introduced by economist Robin Hanson. It refers to a major barrier in the timeline of life, a step so incredibly unlikely or difficult that almost no civilization makes it through. Imagine the development of intelligent life as a long staircase, formation of planets, emergence of life, complex multicellular organisms, intelligent brains, tool-using species, technological civilizations, spacefaring civilizations, galaxy-spanning civilizations. Somewhere on this staircase is a step that is almost impossible to climb. That step is the Great Filter. And the terrifying part, if the Great Filter exists, and if we haven't passed it yet, then our future might be far more dangerous than our past. The silence problem. If intelligent life were common, then across billions of years, countless civilizations should have emerged, mastered technology, and spread across space. Even if only one species out of a billion reached advanced levels, the galaxy should still be buzzing with activity megastructures, probes, or at least detectable radio noise. But we see nothing. This leads to the disturbing possibility that almost all civilizations fail at some stage. They hit the Great Filter and never make it through. So where is this barrier? There are two possibilities, one hopeful, one terrifying. Possibility number one. The Great Filter is behind us. Let's start with the optimistic scenario. Humanity has already passed the Great Filter. Maybe the hardest step wasn't building rockets or discovering physics. Maybe it happened billions of years ago. Possibility A. The leap from chemistry to the first living cell. Life may require an unbelievably lucky combination of molecules, energy, and conditions. If this is true, Earth could be a cosmic miracle. Possibility B. The jump to complex, multicellular life. For most of Earth's history, life was just bacteria. It took 3.5 billion years before complex life appeared. An enormous delay that suggests extreme difficulty. Possibility C. The rise of intelligent, tool-using species. Millions of species evolved on Earth, but only one became capable of language, technology, and civilization. If any of these steps are the Great Filter, then we are already on the other side of it. That would mean advanced civilizations are extremely rare, maybe so rare that we're alone in the Milky Way. And in that case, humanity isn't doomed. We're special. Unbelievably special. But there's a darker possibility. Possibility number 2. The Great Filter is in front of us. This is the frightening interpretation. The galaxy is quiet because almost all advanced civilizations destroy themselves before becoming spacefaring. If intelligent life commonly reaches our level, but rarely moves beyond it, then the Great Filter must lie ahead. So what could wipe out civilizations so reliably? Possibility A. Self-destruction. Advanced species might develop nuclear weapons, biological weapons, or AI systems that become uncontrollable. Possibility B. Resource exhaustion or climate collapse. Civilizations might consume their planet faster than they can adapt. Possibility C. Technological traps. Advances in nanotechnology, genetic modification, or artificial intelligence could backfire in ways civilizations can't predict or control. Possibility D. cosmic dangers, gamma ray bursts, asteroid impacts, supervolcanoes, or other rare events might strike before species expand into space. If this is true, then humanity is approaching the most dangerous part of its history right now, the transition from a planetary species to an interplanetary one. In other words, the silence of the galaxy might be a warning. Are we doomed or special? So what does this mean for us? There are three main interpretations. 1. We are doomed. The filter is ahead. Almost all civilizations reach our point and then collapse. If this is true, our survival depends on the next century of decisions. If this is true, then humanity isn't doomed. We're precious. We're a once-in-a-galaxy phenomenon. The search for the filter clues from the universe. Before we decide whether humanity is doomed or special, we need to look at the clues, the signs scattered throughout the universe that might hint at where the Great Filter really is. Because the truth is, the Great Filter might not be just one thing. It might be a chain of barriers, each one thinning out the number of civilizations that survive. Let's look at some of the biggest suspects. 1. The rare Earth hypothesis. Life didn't just need water and sunlight. Earth had a long list of incredibly lucky breaks. A stable orbit, a protective magnetic field, a giant moon to stabilize our tilt, plate tectonics recycling nutrients, a safe distance from supernova explosions, billions of years of climate stability. Even small changes in any of these could make Earth uninhabitable. If this hypothesis is correct, the Great Filter isn't a single event. It's the entire unlikely combination of conditions that produced Earth-like stability. In other words, we survived a cosmic lottery without even knowing we were playing. 2. Intelligence might be a dead end. Think about the dinosaurs. They ruled Earth for 165 million years. Longer than mammals have even existed, yet never developed intelligence or civilization. Maybe intelligence isn't the natural endpoint of evolution. Maybe it's a rare glitch. For all we know, evolution usually prefers creatures that are stable, simple, and efficient, not curious toolmakers building rockets and particle accelerators. If so, advanced intelligence might be so unlikely that humans are one of the very few times it ever happened. That would mean the Great Filter is far behind us and we're extraordinarily rare. 3. The Great Silence as evidence. We've been listening to the universe for decades, and the silence itself might be a clue. Maybe advanced civilizations don't broadcast because broadcasting is dangerous. Or maybe they quickly evolve into something we can't detect, post-biological beings, digital consciousnesses, or civilizations that operate in energy ranges we don't even know how to scan. We might not be detecting life, because we're still using primitive tools compared to what advanced species use. If this is true, then the Great Filter might not be extinction. It might be transformation, a leap into something far beyond biology. 4. Expansion might be nearly impossible. Even if a civilization survives its technological adolescence, there's a massive challenge. The universe is brutally difficult to cross. Interstellar distances are enormous. Cosmic radiation destroys electronics. Energy requirements are absurd. Relativity slows everything down. Resources might be too scarce. Stars are constantly moving, making navigation chaotic. We like to imagine space as empty, but it's more like an ocean filled with storms, hazards, and vast stretches of nothingness. Maybe the Great Filter is simply physical reality. Civilizations might survive, innovate, and thrive, yet never spread far enough to be seen by others. A galaxy full of life could still appear silent. 5. What if filters are different for every civilization? Here's a twist. There might not be a single universal Great Filter at all. Every civilization might face its own unique barriers based on its planet. Harsh climates, hostile atmospheres, unstable orbits, continent-wide storms, extreme seasons, predatory megafauna, massive volcanic cycles. Earth offered a combination of stability that allowed civilization to flourish. But many planets might not be so kind. If this is the case, humanity might not be doomed or special. We might just be lucky. Lucky to have a temperate world. Lucky to survive long enough to ask these questions. So are we doomed or special? The truth is we don't know. But here's what we do know. If the Great Filter is behind us, we're one of the luckiest forms of life to ever exist. If the Great Filter is ahead, then our future depends on whether we can make smart, responsible choices as a species. And if there is no Great Filter at all, then perhaps the galaxy isn't silent. We just haven't listened long enough. Either way, studying the Great Filter isn't about fear. It's about understanding how rare and valuable intelligent life might be, and how important it is for humanity to survive, grow, and one day reach the stars. If you enjoyed exploring the mystery of the Great Filter, then don't stop here. The next step in understanding humanity's future among the stars is the Kardashev scale, the roadmap of civilization's power, from harnessing our planet to controlling the energy of entire galaxies. I've already created a full dedicated video on Kardashev scale civilizations, and it connects perfectly with everything we discussed today. So if you're curious about where humanity might be heading, or what we could become, go to my channel and check it out next. And if you found value in today's journey, make sure to subscribe, like, and leave a comment about where you think the Great Filter is. Your support helps this channel reach more curious minds and keeps these deep space explorations going. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay curious.